Hey, sports porchers, it's your hockey Jesus, and I'm back with analysis of the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the New Jersey Devils. Well, the Penguins are back in action. Hope you caught my pregame. I kind of brought us up to speed as to where I think the Penguins are going to go, and tonight they did it. 4-1, no Sid, no problems. The Penguins just came out, and it took them a little while to get started, as expected. First period they did get a goal at the end of the period, but it took them a little bit of time to get going. But hey, I love those bright gold uniforms. They could wear them every night as far as I'm concerned. They seem to like them too because they got a winning record with those things on. That's anecdotal. It doesn't really matter. What matters is tonight they played great at home, shaking off that rust, beating the New Jersey Devils. Jack Hughes gets a standing ovation, of course, as well as he should. I was surprised to see Sheloff in goal tonight. I really thought we'd see Skinner in goal, but nonetheless, they didn't. I have to tell you, that first period, some of the sloppiest hockey I've seen all season. And you know what? You're going to expect that just because, you take 3 weeks off. You're not going to be clicking on all cylinders, and they definitely weren't. Both teams weren't, to be honest. It was just sloppy, and then, Penguins get a power play near the end of the period, and they absolutely contributed a goal right into the back of the net. Tommy Novak, he's one of my favorite guys. Love Tommy Novak. Just tipping a puck. It's all he's doing. Letang's slapping it, and he's tipping it, and it's going to the back of the net. And that's how they needed to score on Markstrom, because Markstrom was really good tonight. And so was Sheloff, to be honest. But 1-0 going into the second period, and I don't know what those boys did in between periods. I think there were a total of like 6 power plays, 4 and 2, if I think I got that right. Yeah, so it was crazy, just crazy second period. I guess instead of skating, they decided to pull everybody down. It all started with Gino taking a stick, getting it up a little too high into the visor. No problem. That was a good kill. And actually, Dewar had a breakaway, one of his 2 breakaways on shorthanded. Didn't get any of them, unfortunately. But power penalty kill 2, Hischier. I don't know how you say his name. I know you like to make fun of me for, not being able to do that. So I guess I deserve it. Anyway, he hits the post, but that's it. Couldn't get it in. And actually, Chinnikov missed a opportunity there at the 12-minute mark too. I thought Chinnikov was passing the puck a little too much in the first couple periods. Near the second, it looked like he started realizing, hey, I'm a shooter. I'm not a passer. And I think that's what ended up happening later in the period. But Sheloff just making great saves. He made a great one on Bratt. When Bratt, oh my God, that move that he put on Wotherspoon. Did you see that? That spinorama move? I think Wotherspoon is not liking that highlight reel for Bratt, but he didn't score, and that's probably the most important thing. But oh my goodness, that was an incredible move by Bratt, but a better save by Sheloff. That was in the second period. And you know what? I didn't like what Muse did on the goal that was scored. I would never have challenged that. That was just too ticky-tacky. Anytime it comes to goalie interference, the goalie just, it's got to be obvious, and that certainly wasn't obvious. Sheloff came out to play the puck. The guy was right there. He wasn't even in the crease. And Cotter was the devil that was right there. That was a bad replay. If Muse has got to do anything, and he doesn't have to do much, he's doing pretty good. I think he's got to do something about, on those goalie interference penalties. You just can't just leave him alone. If it's close, just leave it alone. Somebody's got to get in his ear and say, no, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not clear. They're not going to overturn it. It's got to be really clear. Even on the ones that I think are clear, most of the time, if they call it a goal, they're not going to call it back. So they put him on a power play again, but that didn't matter. The Pittsburgh Penguins penalty kill is just spot on. It was good tonight. And 4 power plays for the Devils in the second period. Honestly, I think Penguins had better opportunities on those power plays than the New Jersey Devils did. So Pittsburgh get it on a power play near the end of the second period. And once again, Bukestad looked like he had the better opportunity there. But Sheloff was good. When he was good, he was on. And that's all it really took, And then you go into the third period tied up. Good goalie play. Markstrom versus Sheloff. Anytime it's a 50-50 game, you're just kind of watching it to see what happens. And I thought New Jersey came out better, to be honest with you, in the third period. And Gino looked like he was trying to do too many things on his own. Gino, you play better when you play with the team, honestly, dude. Like, just past the puck, he did later, and it definitely was a great thing he did. And Chinnikov started shooting the puck. They started to turn it around. I think there was a shift by Rax, Hayes, and Avery that kind of just turned the tide there in the third period. And right off of that, Shea clangs it off the post. Actually, it was the crossbar. And somehow Connor Clifton goes and gets it, basically jumped right to him, and he just slapped it in. And that ends up being the winner, 2-1. But I tell you what, that shift right there by those three guys, and they didn't play great tonight, but I think by the time the third period around, it looked like Rax and Avery were starting to get some chemistry going there. It's just going to take a little bit of time. We can't expect it to be right off the jump perfect, especially after 3 weeks off. And it wasn't perfect tonight, but once they got going, that was great. And then, of course, 50 seconds later, Gino with the sweet dish to Chinnikov, and Chinnikov, hey, it wasn't one of his patented slammo, slap shots. This was a pretty neat move to the other side, and he powered it in past Markov, and that was really all they needed. 3-1. I liked what they did. Penguins have had problems before with 2-goal leads in the third period, and I like what they did tonight. They definitely attacked the offensive zone, okay, but they didn't do it in a dangerous way. They just kept coming, dumped it when they needed to, made a rush when they could, and I thought that made the period go much faster. And anytime my rule of thumb is, and by the way, I'm your hockey Jesus. If you like what you're hearing, smash that subscribe button. We do a show here after every Pittsburgh Penguins game, and we try and give it to you as straight as possible. I say we because I got my buddies behind me, Mark and Chris. We do a show on the Sports Porch, but I'm here for you. I'm the hockey Jesus after every single Pittsburgh Penguins game. I digress. But what happened was after that, the Penguins just kept coming. And the rule of thumb is with the 2-goal lead, you got to get to the 5-minute mark, okay? Got to get to the 5-minute mark with that 2-goal lead. It's still not a guarantee you're going to win, but that really enhances things. When Clifton shot it over the glass, 3.5 minutes left, it still makes you worry a little bit, but nonetheless, we didn't have to. Pittsburgh Penguins get another shorthanded empty net goal. They did that in Buffalo, actually at home versus Buffalo, to ice the game too. That was Lizotte. Lizzo's on the board. So 4-1, that's your final score. And guess who's your number one star of the game? Who did you say? Gino? No, not Gino. Sheloff? Sheloff was the second star. Connor Clifton gets the first goal of the game, and that's how you're gonna win without Sid. You're gonna have guys like Connor Clifton chipping in. You got Chinnikov and Gino with some energy. Avery didn't score tonight, but I'm telling you, that first line started to get some chemistry near the end of the game. And I think that's really the most important thing when it comes to the Pittsburgh Penguins, that they get everybody rolling. The fourth line as always does great. I love that fourth line. There's no doubt that just keep rolling the lines. It worked tonight. New Jersey might have been a little tired from playing last night. Maybe. But the Pittsburgh Penguins win tonight 4-1, coming back from the break. That's 2 wins in a row. If you go back to the last one in Buffalo, they're solidly in that spot for a playoff. They're trending towards over 100 points now. That's what we want to see. That's where we'd like to keep it. Hey, at a minimum, keep it above 95, boys. If you play like that, I think good things are going to happen. So tonight the boys get it done. Tomorrow they got an off night, but then they're playing 2 in a row, Saturday and Sunday. That's right. New York Rangers. They got to go there, and then they got to come back to Pittsburgh for another game on Sunday. So, like I said, I'm your Hockey Jesus. If you like what you're hearing, smash that subscribe button. I'm here after every single Pittsburgh Penguins game just for you, the fans, Pittsburgh fans, hockey fans. I don't care what kind of fans you are, and just stop by. I'm here after every game. So until then, hey, enjoy your hockey. I'll see you Saturday.